Before Bridgerton made people lose their minds over a bee sting, and before Outlander turned a wedding night into television history, a woman in a New York deli created a scene so legendary that it became the gold standard for every romance that came after it.
So what do you do with these women? You just get up out of bed and leave?
Sure.
Well, explain to me how you do it. What do you say?
Just have an early meeting, early haircut, early squash game.
You don't play squash.
They don't know that. They just met me.
That's disgusting.
I know, I feel terrible.
In When Harry Met Sally, Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal are sitting in a deli arguing about whether guys can actually tell when something's real or fake, and Sally just goes ahead and demonstrates her whole argument right there at the table, in front of everybody.
Oh, God. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I'll have what she's having.
Billy Crystal made that line up on the spot, by the way. He just said it, and it stuck forever. Even Princess Diana saw this movie at the premiere and apparently laughed so hard that Billy Crystal thought he'd offended the entire royal family. That's the power of one sandwich shop scene. That scene basically invented the whole genre we're talking about today. It was funny, it was awkward, and somehow it was also the most honest thing anyone had said on screen in years. Everything that came after just turned the volume up, starting with a show that made cable TV completely lose its mind.
And what did you have to say to that?
I said I was completely under your power and happy to be there.
Outlander is about a nurse from the 1940s who accidentally time travels back to 1700s Scotland, which, fine, normal Tuesday, and she ends up married to this big, strong Scottish guy named Jamie, and their wedding night became such a huge deal that people are still talking about it 10 years later.
What does that mean?
A brown-haired lass.
Rather dull color brown, I've always thought.
No, not dull at all. It's like the...
What made it different is the whole thing is shown from her point of view. It's about her comfort, her experience, not just some random spectacle. People who study this stuff for a living still point to this scene as the moment TV changed how it told these stories. A few years later, a much quieter show came along and somehow made it even more intense, with way less yelling and way more silence.
I mean, you can never really know another person.
Do you actually think that, though?
The show follows two kids from a small Irish town, Connell and Marianne, who keep circling each other for years. One of their scenes together runs for almost 10 minutes straight, and
you know I love you. And I'm never gonna feel the same way for anyone else.
I know.
And we've still got plenty more moments ahead that had audiences completely obsessed. So if you're enjoying the video, take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got more deep dives into the TV shows and movies that got everyone talking. Now let's see why this next scene hits so much harder than anyone expected. The singer Phoebe Bridgers literally tweeted that she finished the show and was, in her words, sad and horny. And that tweet got passed around faster than actual news that week. Normal people taught everyone that it's not really about what's happening on screen, it's about how much you actually care about the two people doing it. Then Bridgerton showed up, put everyone in fancy dresses, added a string quartet playing pop songs, and suddenly the whole internet was talking about it at brunch. Bridgerton landed on Netflix on Christmas Day in 2020, and within 4 weeks, 82 million households had watched it. The whole show is about Daphne Bridgerton falling for the Duke of Hastings, and their scenes together became the thing every single person at the office was awkwardly not talking about on Monday morning.
Miss Daphne Bridgerton!
You have no idea what it is to have one's entire life reduced to a single moment.
The time has come for the social season.
Tighter! She to breathe, Mama!
After season 1, Netflix basically had a hit on their hands the size of a small country. So for season 2, they tried something totally different, and somehow it worked even better.
Shall remain unchanged.
Can you really not see anything engaging about it?
Yes, I suppose I can see how he might engage.
a person.
Season 2's couple, Anthony and Kate, barely even touch each other for like the entire season, and somehow that became a bigger deal than anything from season 1.
Truly so easily won by a pleasing smile and absolutely nothing more.
So you find my smile pleasing?
I find your opinion of yourself entirely too high. Your character is as deficient as your horsemanship. I shall bid you good night.
Bridgerton basically proved that if you make people wait long enough, they'll go absolutely feral over a guy checking someone's arm for a bee sting. But before Bridgerton figured that out, a totally different show was already doing the slow burn thing, except with actual real history behind it.
You are in fact capable of engendering, my lord. Is that of discontent? Do not tell me
stand still,
what
damn
to
it.
do.
No, do not do
This is only a beat. Ow!
Are you hurt?
What?
Can you breathe?
It is only a sting, of course.
Don't...
I am unharmed. I am unharmed.
So Bridgerton made a prequel in 2023 about young Queen Charlotte and King George, written almost entirely by Shonda Rhimes herself, and it ended up being one of the best things in the whole franchise.
Do you love me?
I'm trying to protect you.
Do you love me?
I cannot. We cannot. This conversation isn't. I cannot do
you
this.
love me?
I never wanted
Do
to
you
marry.
love me?
I never. Charlotte, please. I wanted you to know. This madness has been my secret my entire life.
This one actually has real weight to it because George is dealing with mental health struggles, so their whole relationship has way more going on underneath it. There's a bathtub scene where Charlotte just climbs in wearing her nightgown, and somehow that's more romantic than half the more dramatic stuff on the main show.
You are breathtaking.
It is pretty, but it has 1,000 tiny buttons. I'm suddenly concerned that my maid's made the wrong choice.
I'm very good with buttons.
That prequel proved the franchise could slow down and actually go somewhere emotional. And a season later, Bridgerton cashed in the biggest payoff of the entire series, one that fans had literally been begging for since season 1. Colin and Penelope had been circling each other since literally the first episode of the entire show, and season 3 finally gave us the payoff in a carriage. Yes, a carriage. And it broke the internet basically the same way the mirror scene did back in season 1. Nicola Coughlan, who plays Penelope, said in interviews that she was nervous going into it, but the show's intimacy coordinator made the whole thing feel safe and easy. And honestly, you can tell because the scene plays out like two people who actually trust each other.
Doing it.
Yeah.
We were filming the scene.
Yeah.
And
it's intimate.
It's intimate, and we knew that with certain points we had to hit. But then we were doing the kissing.
Yeah.
And then I remember like I can't. He's not calling cut. And then in my head I was going, this is really long, this feels really long. Yeah. And at a certain point you're just...
3 seasons of build-up for one carriage ride. That's either the most patient writing on television or the most evil. And speaking of patience, Outlander figured out years earlier that sometimes silence hits way harder than anything loud.
You know when things will happen. I wouldn't want to bear that burden. Promise me that we'll always find a way back to each other.
I promise.
By season 2, Outlander had moved Jamie and Claire from Scotland all the way to the French royal court, and things between them had gotten complicated, like real complicated, trauma and loss and all of that.
You could try. You hear it, right? The buzzing.
I don't hear anything, Claire.
And the most powerful scene in that whole season barely has any dialogue in it at all. It's just two people who've been through a lot finally being in the same room again. Critics specifically called out how little needed to be said to make that scene hit as hard as it did.
After your father.
That's the Harlequin novel thing again. The show knew the tension worked, so it just made everyone wait even longer for it. But sometimes a show decides waiting isn't the move, and it just goes for it instead. Normal People did exactly that in its second half.
It's a nice place.
It's very quiet.
Thanks.
The show actually used something called an intimacy coordinator, basically someone whose entire job is to choreograph these scenes safely, like a stunt coordinator, but for, well, this. Both lead actors said in interviews that having that person there made the whole experience feel way less scary.
It's not like this with other people.
Yeah, well, I like you a lot more than other people.
Normal People basically kicked off this whole industry-wide conversation about doing these scenes the right way, safely, with everyone comfortable. If you enjoyed this countdown, let us know in the comments which moment deserves the top spot and if there's a scene we missed that should have made the list. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the movies and TV moments everyone still talks about.